Crossover, in a class by itself. Crossover lasts nearly 3 times longer than domestic washers. Crossover is engineered for commercial use. Crossover uses 60% less water than the average top-load washer. Crossover is ENERGY STAR rated and ADA compliant. You made a very smart business decision by choosing Crossover. Crossover is the perfect solution if you own a guest laundry, multi-housing laundry facility, or a coin laundry. It's also the best choice for on-premises laundry operations. We'd like to thank you and congratulate you on your new Crossover washer investment. We created this video library to assist you in unpacking, installing, and programming your Crossover so you can take full advantage of all the features and benefits. Before we get started on the installation, I'd like to cover all the necessary steps in taking delivery and unpacking and inspecting your new machines. It's important to remember that failing to follow the instructions in this video and in the printed documentation included with your delivery could void your warranty. You should inspect the shipping carton upon receipt and notify the carrier immediately if shipping damage is visible. You must notify the carrier before any shipping materials are removed from the machine. Our advice is that you take pictures of any packaging damage that exists. This is very important. Now, if everything looks good, you can start the unpacking process. First, remove the straps and carton. Setting aside the bottom cover plate and installation manual. Remove the inlet hoses, drain hose, and screws to secure the bottom panel of the machine from the inside of the drum. It is also very important that you read the entire installation manual before beginning installation. It contains important details related to the steps necessary to ensure your machines are installed and connected properly. There's also an entire section on safety warnings that we recommend you read thoroughly. We're going to attach the bottom cover plate to the washer now. To do this, we recommend that you use the packing carton to protect the machine and your floors by laying it flat on the ground behind the washer. With the help of another person, gently lay the machine down on its back, like this. Now, attach the bottom plate using the 8 screws provided in the accessory pack. Tilt the machine back to its upright position. It's important to check the level of the floor where Crossover will be installed before placing it. We recommend that you use a carpenter's level to do this. Place the washer in the location where it will be used. Now that you got Crossover in its position, you need to make sure that it's level. You'll be using the adjustable leveling legs of the machine to do this. Make sure that when you level the machine, you check it for level from front to back and from side to side. Make sure that all 4 adjustable legs are in contact with the ground and that the machine doesn't rock back and forth in any direction. Use the enclosed wrench to tighten each leg's locking nut against the underside of the washer. Every machine is shipped with what is known as transportation bolts. These bolts secure the drum and keep it in place during shipping and protect the internal components. You can use a wrench or a socket wrench to remove the bolts, starting with the 2 lower bolts first and then removing the 2 upper bolts. It's recommended that you keep these bolts just in case you ever have to move the machine to another location. Remove these two metal crossbars so that you can extend the electrical cord. Cover the 4 holes with the caps that are supplied with your machine. Now, reinstall the 2 metal crossbars. Now that we have the crossover washer in place and leveled, and the transportation bolts removed, it's time to connect it to your utilities. We'll start by connecting the machine to your water supply lines. There should be a hot and a cold line. Your crossover washer is equipped with 2 water inlet fittings, one for hot water and one for cold. Hoses need only to be hand tightened when properly assembled. Your supply hoses should be long enough so they hang in a gentle arc between the machine and the wall. They should not have any tension on them. Now you need to attach the drain hose. You'll do this using the spring clamp, which is shipped in the accessory pack. You'll need to place the clamp over the hose and slide it down a few inches. Now press the drain hose onto the outlet on the back of the machine. Slide the spring clamp up to the top of the drain hose so that it's over the area where the hose is around the drain outlet, and release the clamp so it tightens around the hose and keeps it in place. Snap the drain hose into the clip located on the back of the machine. Feed the end of the drain hose through the gray plastic drain hose U-bracket and then place the end of the hose into the standpipe. Now, plug your crossover into the electrical receptacle located nearest to the machine and not more than 6 feet away. Now it's time to perform some basic function checks on your new crossover washer. First, turn on the water supply valves and check to make sure that there are no leaks on either end of the hoses. Now, press the start button. Make sure the drum turns normally and there is no unusual noises. Check to make sure water has passed through the detergent and fabric softener compartments and into the drum. Check to make sure that the door lock is working properly by pulling on the door slightly while the machine is operating. It's okay to give the door a fairly solid tug. Well, that's all there is to it. Your new crossover is unpacked, installed, and checked for leaks and safety. Now, we'll cover everything you need to do to install your coin meter housing and program your new crossover for use in a guest laundry center, multi-housing, or coin laundry operation. First, let's install your coin meter housing. You'll find the written instructions for this process in your installation manual in section 2.2, figure 3. First, take the coin meter housing from the base. Unscrew the 4 bolts provided on the top of the machine and put the coin meter housing on the vault. Carefully feed the 2 wiring harnesses into the housing like this. Install and tighten the 4 bolts securely. Plug the coin meter into the coin 1 red wire harness. If your coin meter accepts 2 coins, you'll also plug in the white wire harness. Install the cover of the coin meter housing. Your crossover is shipped ready to use with these standard wash programs: cold, warm, hot, and delicate. There are also these 2 option buttons: heavy soil, which adds a pre-wash to the cold, warm, and hot wash programs. This is not available in the delicate program mode. And extra rinse, which adds an additional rinse to the cold, warm, and hot wash programs. It's also not available in the delicate program mode. These options are programmed by you to increase the price of the wash programs and generate additional revenue for your business. Now, let's move on to getting your crossover ready for laundry operation. You'll want to turn to section 3.1 of your operating manual. You'll find this manual at our website at www.crossoverlaundry.com. Prices can be programmed as dollars and cents if customers are to use coins. This is the default setting for all crossovers when they're shipped. So, the first thing you'll need to do is to remove the coin box, like this. Inside this cavity, you'll see a black plastic button protruding into this area here. Press this button in one time. When you do this, the machine's 4-digit LED display will change from 4 zeros to all blanks. This means you're now in pricing mode. Now, let's actually go through the steps you'll take to set the pricing for the cold wash program. These steps will be the same that you'll take to set all the pricing for each program and option. Let's use the cold wash program for our demonstration. Press the start button. The price values should be 00 and they should start to blink. Set each digit in the price to the desired value by pressing the button that corresponds to the digit you want to change. We set our cold wash program to a price of $2.25. Press the start key to save the new price. And then repeat these steps for each wash program setting according to whatever you like. Great, we're almost done. So these two options or value-added buttons can each have their own pricing structure as well. Keep in mind that these buttons only make adjustments to the basic programs and simply increase the cost basis of the 3 wash programs that can be used with them, which are cold, warm, and hot. So typically, these options are given prices of 25 or 50 cents. For the purposes of our demonstration, we'll set it at 25 cents. Press the start button to save the new value-added price. When all prices have been entered, press the service switch in the vault to exit service mode. Crossover also allows you to adjust water levels to meet your specific market demands. The first thing you'll need to do is to remove the coin box, like this. It will be very helpful for you to have your crossover operation manual handy while going through the steps that we'll be demonstrating. Press the black service button located inside the cavity that you just removed the coin box from. Press the start button. The display should change to SC, indicating that the machine is now in service mode. Using the extra rinse and heavy soil buttons, you can navigate through the service registers, which are numbered. The extra rinse button increases values and the heavy soil button decreases values. Press the extra rinse button until the display reads 20, which corresponds to the low level wash. Press the start button. The display will change to 7, which is the default value and corresponds to 7 liters or 1.85 gallons. Now pressing and holding the extra rinse button or the heavy soil button will either increase or decrease the value in 1 liter increments equal to approximately 1 quart. Press the start button to save the new value. Repeat these steps for register 21, which corresponds to high level rinse. Press the start button to save the new value. Press the black service mode button to exit service mode. Your crossover washer is a high-efficiency front-loading washer. It was specifically designed to use less water than top-loading washers while still achieving very high-quality laundering results. We strongly recommend using low-sudsing detergent that is clearly marked HE, which stands for high efficiency. We also recommend that no more than half a cup of HE detergent be used for a full wash load. Using more detergent is just a waste of money. Like any other machine, your crossover will need to have preventive maintenance performed on it. In section 6.1 of your operating manual, you'll find recommendations for daily preventive maintenance. These steps should be part of a daily routine. Check the door and door lock. Open the door and try starting the washer. The machine must not start. Close the door. Start the washer and try opening the door. It must not be possible to open the door while the machine is operating. Clean the door seal, removing any detergent and lint. Clean out any residue remaining in the detergent dispenser. It would be very helpful for you to have your crossover service manual handy while going through the steps related to cleaning out your drain pump filter. The drain pump assembly is located right here behind this panel. You can access the screws that hold this panel by removing these two white caps. Using a Phillips screwdriver, remove the two screws and open the panel. Locate the bleeder hose. It looks like this. Place a small bucket or container under the end of the hose. Pull out the black bleeder hose plug like this and let the excess water drain into the container. Put the plug back into the hose. Now, turning counterclockwise, remove the filter assembly. Clean the filter with water, making sure to remove all lint or items that have collected in the filter. Put the filter back into the assembly, turning clockwise. There is also a list of maintenance items you should do every 90 days. Some of these are items that should only be done by someone with experience in the area of machine maintenance. Specifically, anything that involves removing the top panel of the washer. The moving parts inside the machine can be very dangerous for someone who is not a trained professional. Well, that's it. Your crossover is installed, set up, and ready to use. Thank you again for selecting Crossover Laundry Equipment, commercially engineered to provide you with years of reliable service. If you have any further questions or would like to contact us, feel free to click the link right here to be taken to our website.